Hello and welcome along to another Where's My Kit Bag podcast featuring your glorious media technician of the Sixth Form College Farnborough. It's still me, James. Hello. Steve is still very much on his paternity leave, so hopefully he will be rejoining us next week, we would hope, and he can give us a full-on new child update for him. Otherwise, as usual, lots of deadlines in the department. Make sure you don't miss them because they're important and you might fail if you don't hit them. So make sure you do those deadlines. Otherwise, shall we sneak into a little bit of the old faithful? It's some department news. So, on your lovely newsletter this week that comes out every week while we are in term. So, our YouTube feature this week is a YouTube channel called Cinema Therapy. A slightly different tact this week compared to what we normally feature. So, it's a kind of more a sort of review site where they're kind of reviewing films, both good and bad. And looking more at this sort of more psychological side of things, run by licensed therapist Jonathan Decker and filmmaker Alan Seawright. So they're having a look at various sort of psychological things within films, not necessarily like psychological thrillers per se, but it could be anything from romantic relationships, dealing with grief, loss, depression, whatever. So they look through films, both good and bad, and they obviously review them. And like their kind of tagline is, making sense of life one blockbuster at a time. Quite a nice little tagline that, making a nice little sunshine. So by all means, click on the link on the page to find out more. There was a tour. There was a tour today at once at 12:30. Sorry. So if you're listening to this and you've not gone, you've probably missed it. To find out more of the media and film resources at the library this week. So hopefully you caught up with that if that is of interest to you. From last week, the Spring Pod advert is still there. The program dates are the 14th of April to the 15th of April. Make sure you sign up with the code that is on the front of the newsletter now. It has been elevated to front page status. So make sure you check that one out. On our back page, there's still a upcoming lecture / seminar at the University of East Anglia, UEA, on the 24th of March. If you're interested in that, then make sure to sign up using the link provided. Otherwise, the kind of big main feature on the back is our Technet Spotlight 2021 winner for February. Sadly, I don't have a drum roll sound effect, but I do hopefully have some applause if I can spot it while I'm still talking and finding the applause button. It is a man who is very familiar to us in the edit suite, because basically he spends his entire life there. It's Dan B, everyone. Because I feel like I'm probably mispronouncing your surname, even though it seems quite simple. I believe it's pronounced differently to how it's spelt. So I'm going to gun for Dan Bauge. That's what I'm going to go for. If that's wrong, Dan, I apologise profusely. So Dan has won the Technet Spotlight this week. It's our monthly competition to basically guarantee yourself a shot at the Media and Film Awards at the end of the year. It's where it's your chance to upload any content that is suitable for Instagram, tag hashtag Technet Spotlight 2021 in it, and you have a chance to win every month. What you win is you win an automatic place straight into the shortlist for the Media and Film Awards at the end of the year, regardless if you're a first year or a second year. It does not matter. We do not discriminate on the old Technet Spotlight winner. So Dan this month won with his brand new show reel, which is featured on his webpage, which you can obviously click on and enjoy watching through on the old newsletter. So if you would like to be like Dan and our previous winners and win your month, make sure you upload content that we can obviously see. So if you've got a personal account, make sure you make a sort of a brand account or a second account that obviously you can share things with globally. So of course our Technet account can see it, and just make sure you use the hashtag Technet Spotlight 2021 is what you are looking for. So big congratulations, Dan. Well done. Maybe it could be you winning next week. Well, you'll have to find out. you'll just have to apply first. Make sure you do that before the end of March. And then we, as the technicians, will pick our favourite, pick our winner. It doesn't matter if it's video, picture, whatever it is. As long as the medium can go on Instagram, it is valid for submission. Otherwise, our sort of feature this week is the brand new Colin Farrell film titled After Yang. If you are a fan of Hot Ones, the kind of chicken wing eating interview show, if you don't watch it, it's the best thing I've ever seen in my life. Colin Farrell is the most recent celebrity on it, and he's talking about the film After Yang on it. It seems quite interesting as a premise. If you click on, obviously, the big banner at the bottom, you can go and watch the trailer for yourself. Really quite interesting. Kind of looks at a bit of AI and robotics. So it might sound a bit lame, but trust me, it's more... I'm trying to think of the film that she was in. It'll come to me momentarily. The robot. See, normally I'd bounce off people, but now I'm going to have to literally Google what it is. Robot film on an island. I know which one I mean. No, Ex Machina. That's the one. Think More Ex Machina. God, that took me far too long to get there. Shame on me. So think more kind of Ex Machina style, but less violent, I believe, is where we're kind of gunning for on this one. So that's After Yang. That's our feature of the week. There's, of course, some news that you can obviously read through yourself from TV, film, music, and, of course, technology as well. So that is our lovely little department news roundup. So that, by all means, must mean it's time for a bit of Tunes of the Week. So, 2 songs for you this week that I've been tracking down in the world of tunes. So, track number 1, we featured him before, very, very, very long time ago. It's one of my favourite dance artists. His name is Artie. He released a song towards the end of last year, 2021, called One Night Away. Really, it's a really interesting sound for him. He features quite a lot of kind of like rocky guitar riffs, but then with a big old kind of dance track underneath. You might think it sounds weird. Trust me, it works. So that's Artie and One Night Away. And kind of carrying on from that kind of indie rocker vibe, a band which you might have heard of called Sarpa Salpa. Really interesting name, that. Sarpa Salpa. And they've got a song called She Never Lies. Kind of think... traditional kind of rocky band, but with a bit of an indie twist in there. Really good song. Some of their, I think they've just released an album or an EP quite recently, so by all means go and check that out. So our tracks this week is Artie, One Night Away, and Sarpa Salpa, She Never Lies. So go and check those out on our Spotify playlist, of course on Spotify. So make sure obviously you like, subscribe, follow, whatever it is Spotify does. I forget. There's too many things for you to do these days. But of course the links will be in the description if you're listening to this on the old YouTube page. Because yeah, we still upload there because people still watch it. I say watch, I mean hear, but they just see a static screen with some text flying around the page. Anyways, so those are the 2 tracks this week. Make sure you check them out and add them, favourite them, add them to your own playlists if you like the sound of it. So what have we been watching this week it's going to be a little bit different. I'll explain why. So, the only thing I've really been watching this week, other than The Walking Dead now being back, hurrah, is Space Force still. I'm still rolling with it. Steve Carell is keeping me there. That's about it. However, how I want to swing this segment is more towards what's coming out. Because for some reason today, when this podcast goes live on the 11th of March, 2022. Oh my god, I'm travelling back in time. 3 seasons are coming out of things that maybe, 2 seasons and a film are coming out today, which is rather bizarre. So Drive to Survive, if you're a fan of the Netflix Formula One show, of course, if you know me in any way whatsoever, you know I absolutely adore Formula One. It's the best sport. and no one can tell me otherwise. So Drive to Survive Season 4, the Netflix documentary where they're kind of really behind the scenes with most of the teams, and they kind of do exposés on drivers each week. I believe they're going to be uploading an episode a day starting today, so make sure when you get back from college, do your homework and then, you know, enjoy some Drive to Survive. Some really beautiful camera work in all these Netflix documentaries, so if you're going to watch it from a filmmaker's perspective. It does look incredible. The other one is, if you've been tracking it on Amazon Prime this time, it's a TV show called Upload. I watched season 1, surprisingly quite enjoyed it. I gave it a whim. I was just like, I fancy something to watch. I'll give this a whirl. Seems a bit strange. So it's all about the journey of the lead character and how when you die, your subconscious gets uploaded to the cloud. And then you kind of live as an avatar in a digital world. And then people from the real world can visit you with other digital avatars. Very strange. So it's a weird concept, but it's actually quite good. I did very much enjoy it. So that's called Upload. That's coming out today on Amazon Prime. And the last one to mention, which has been getting a lot of press hype, is the new Ryan Reynolds film called The Adam Project. So that again is coming out today, so make sure if Ryan Reynolds is one of your favourite actors, give it a whirl. It's a bit time travel-y from what I can tell from the trailer. The trailer gives away a little bit, but not too much, so you might want to avoid the trailer if you've not seen it already, so you can go in absolutely completely blind. But it's getting quite good reviews from what I've heard so far, so definitely worth checking out if that is your thing. So Drive to Survive Season 4 on Netflix, The Adam Project, the film, Ryan Reynolds film, also on Netflix, and Upload on Amazon Prime Season 2. Season 1, of course, already being up there. For those of you that are old enough, The Boys, I believe, is coming back in back end of March or April. There's like a kind of digital thing made by Seth Rogen or some cartoon thing relating to it. Obviously, the rating is 18+, so make sure you're the right age before you go watching it. So yeah, so that is all coming out. So it's more like, what will we be watching? So, of course, I'll be watching most of these things before the next podcast, where I can probably review them and either confirm I was correct or say, nah, they're a bit naff. Sorry. But yeah, that is what is coming up soon, and a little expose to next week where I kind of review most of Drive to Survive Season 4. And I can tell you if it's lying or if it's telling the truth, because I watched all of the seasons of the Formula 1, so I can tell you who is telling some porcupines. Anyway, so that is pretty much it for the Where's My Kit Bag podcast today. Obviously, make sure you like, follow, subscribe on all the platforms we are on. Apart from that, I've been James. Thank you very much for listening, and we'll be back next week with some more Where's My Kit Bag